Hello, welcome. Thank you for being here. Big toes together, knees are apart. Walk your hands out and away from you. On an exhale, bring your forehead down to the mat. Bring your awareness to the present moment by letting go of anything you were doing before, anything you want to do later. Give yourself the gift of being here right now. Prop yourself up onto your elbows and touch each shoulder with each hand, and let the triceps relax open for a moment. Feel the stretch kind of build, intensify. And then bring awareness to everything else, where your hips are, where your feet are touching the mat. Scanning the body and bringing everything back to the breath. Release your hands out in front of you, tabletop. Tuck the toes and draw some circles with the torso. So move to the right, left, back and around. Just feeling where you are today. You can roll out one wrist at a time if you'd like. And then tabletop, somewhere in the middle. 3 rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, arch the back and look straight ahead. Exhale, round the spine. Let these build. Inhale, open up. Exhale, press the tops of the feet down. Tuck the chin. Once more. Long exhale. Neutral. Tuck your toes and sit back onto your heels. Bring the pinky toes out. Place one hand on top of each shoulder again, this time with the arms apart. We're stretching the feet, but we're going to draw some circles with the elbows forward, back, down, and around. You can let the upper back move as well. Let's reverse the direction. Tabletop. Tuck your toes, hover the knees. Shift the weight forward a little bit. If you go back, it gets a little easier. It also, well, it's more of a leg workout that way. We want to engage the core, the entire body. Downward dog. Press up, press back, bend one knee at a time as you press the opposite heel down. This is another chance to roll out the wrists one at a time in case they ever get tired. All right, soft bend in the knees, walk to the top of the mat, ragdoll over the legs. Long exhale. Bend both knees at a time, one knee at a time. I like to bend both knees and straighten all the way a bunch. Toes and heels touch. Bend the knees and round up to standing. Stand tall. Stand evenly between both feet. Reconnect to the present moment. Inhale, reach the arms wide and overhead. Keep the palms facing each other, just about shoulder width. Elbows are soft. Recreate good posture with the body. Inhale, straighten the arms, look up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift, long flat back. And from the look up position, hands down, plank pose. A little bit of strength, a little bit at a time. Hold and breathe. Lower all the way down to the mat. Rest your forehead on the left hand. Bring the right foot in for a quad stretch. Press the hips forward and down. Switch sides. Release. One cobra. Tops of the feet are down. Flex the toes against the mat. Elbows in close. Feel the thighs engage. Lift up halfway using the middle upper back strength. Lower down. Press up to a strong tabletop. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift onto the toes. Shift the weight to the front parts of your hands. Exhale, press the heels down. Tabletop. Untuck the toes. One cat-cow. Make it so intentional. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Neutral spine. Tuck the toes, hover the knees. Shift the weight forward slightly. Downward facing dog. Look between the hands, walk or hop forward, forward fold. You can keep the knees soft still, getting into the entire back body. Round up to standing. Place your hands on your hips, balance on the left foot, and lift the right leg up. Hip height, light flexion in the feet. Make sure the hips are level before letting go of your hips, bringing the palms to touch. Two feet. Stand on the right foot. Hands to hips for balance, and that'll help you to see if you are hiking the hip up with the leg. Try to keep the entire rest of your body where it is. Just lifting up halfway, feeling the lower belly engaged to lift the leg. Palms touch. Two feet. Inhale, reach the arms wide and overhead. Interlace the fingers, index fingers out, press a button on the ceiling. 3 breaths. Reach straight up. Lift out, bend the knees, and forward fold. Halfway lift, long flat back. And from here, hands down, plank pose. Imagine you're floating. Press the mat away, even press into the pads of the fingers, and then the whole hand, pull in the core, lift. Chaturanga, knees up or down, lower down halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Let's linger here. Opening up the front of the body. Tops of the feet are down. Weight is in the front parts of your hands. Dip onto the left hip, look over the right shoulder for the right back corner of your mat. Switch. Right hip down, look over the left shoulder. Come back to upward facing dog, tops of the feet press down. Someday the knees lift. Downward facing dog. Lift up, press back. Lower your knees to the mat. Child's pose on the elbows. Feel underneath the triceps. Release. Tabletop. And again, tuck your toes so we can sit on our heels. Eagle arms. Right arm under, left arm over. Up and down with the elbows. You can go straight up and down. You can incorporate the upper back a little bit. Stretching, massaging your shoulders. And switch. Left arm under, right arm over. If this is too much, I don't mind if you just hug and lift the elbows up and down. Release. Tabletop, roll out the ankles, tap the feet. Tuck the toes and hover your knees. Shift the weight forward slightly. Downward facing dog. Notice if you feel any more open in the upper body. Look between the hands, walk or hop forward, forward, fold over both legs. Soften the knees and round up. Arms reach wide and overhead. Hold on to the left wrist with the right hand. Pull up and up and up and then over to the right just a little bit as your hips push to the left. Try not to arch the back and try not to lean forward. Pull up again. Release. Hold the right wrist with your left hand. Lengthen up and up and up and then to the left. Pull up a little bit more. And back to center. Interlace your fingers, index finger out. 3 breaths with the arms up or your back bend practice. Reach up. Find normal standing, soften the knees, and forward fold. Halfway lift, long flat back. And from here, hands down, plank. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step the right foot between your hands for a lunge. Tall on the toes of the back foot, lower the hips down, right knee over the ankle. Inhale, lower the left knee, draw the shoulders back. Feel the left hip flexors. Long exhale, try to press the legs straight. Press through the back heel. Lunge, keep the back knee lifted. Lunge, twist, left hand down, right arm up. Right hand down. Step to the top of the mat, forward fold over both legs. Press to stand. Arms overhead for 3 breaths. Lift out, forward fold. Halfway lift, long, flat spine. Plank pose. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot between the hands, lunge. Even if you know what's coming, set this up, stretch in the back foot, strong back leg, shoulders away from the ears. Lower the hips down, but keep a right angle with the front knee. Inhale, lower the right knee, shoulders back. Long, exhale. Try to press both legs straight. Press through the back heel. Lunge, back knee stays lifted. Lunge, twist, right hand down, left arm up. Left hand down. Big step to the top of the mat. Long exhale over the legs. Not quite a halfway lift, but extend the spine, step your hands out in front of you so you can separate your feet mat width for a squat. Heels in, toes out. Bring the palms to touch. Try not to roll in on the arches of the feet. Make sure the palms are sealed. Lower the palms a little bit away from the chin. Breathe. Forward fold. Hands to the mat, walk your feet back together. Inhale, halfway lift. Forward fold, exhale. Soft knees round up. Arms reach wide and overhead, 3 breaths. Lift out, forward fold. Bend the knees and sit all the way down on the mat. Soles of the feet are together, knees are apart. Hold on to the outsides of your feet. Roll the shoulders back and down. And forward, over, butterfly legs for a few breaths. Relax the muscles of your face. Smooth out your breath. Sit up, reverse tabletop. Feet on the mat, about hip width, hands behind you, press and lift. If it's okay with you, your neck can go back. Sit down, extend the legs out in front of you, sit up tall, and fold over both legs. Sit up, reverse tabletop. Feet on the mat, about hip width, hands behind you, press and lift. If it's okay with you, your neck can go back. Sit up. Bend the left knee. Place the sole of the foot on the mat. Hug your left elbow around the knee. Sit up tall. I hear a woodpecker. Okay. Let the left knee open out to the side so the sole of the foot is on the inside of the right thigh. Sit up tall and fold over the right leg. Sole of the foot faces away from you. Sit up. Cross the left foot over the right knee. We're still sitting up. Hug the right elbow around the left knee. Left hand is a kickstand twist. If it's available, I guess you could put the right arm in front, but this is slightly different when you're using arm strength. Release. Keep the legs crossed. Bend the right knee for a seated pigeon, figure 4. Press into the hands to scoot your hips closer to the right heel, I guess. Bringing your chest closer to the left calf. Release the right leg straight. Continue to cross the left knee over the right leg. So the knees are stacked. Sit up tall. Let's fold forward with a long spine first. So we're stretching the right hamstring still. Release the right leg straight. Continue to cross the left knee over the right leg. So the knees are stacked. Sit up. Keep your legs as they are. We're going to bring the nose or the forehead to the knee. Round the spine back. You're not going all the way to the tailbone, but you are rounding. Tuck the chin. Press. You can press down and away with your hands. Bring the forehead to the knee. Oh, hi. I feel that. So this is IT band. You'll feel it in the back. Sit up. Bend the right knee. If you need to, we're going to kick into the left. Kick both hands on the bottom of your left foot. Kick into your hands. Right knee is bent. Or you can straighten it out. Up to you. Set the left foot down. Reverse plank. Hands behind you. Press down and lift up. Sit down. Soles of the feet together. Hold on to the outsides of the feet and fold over your butterfly legs. Set the left foot down. Reverse plank. Hands behind you. Press down and lift up. Sit up. Extend the left leg out. Sole of the right foot is on the mat. Hook the right elbow around the right knee and sit up tall. Ooh, my back just popped. Shoulders down. You're not standing on the right foot, but it might help to press down just a little bit through the sole of the right foot to help you straighten the spine. Extend the left leg out. Sole of the right foot is on the mat. Hook the right elbow around the right knee and sit up tall. Release. Bring the sole of the right foot to the inside of the left thigh. Sit up tall and fold over your left leg. Release. Bring the sole of the right foot to the inside of the left thigh. Sit up tall and fold over your left leg. Sit up. Cross the right leg over the left. The sole of the foot is down, so we're sitting up tall. Hook the left elbow around the right knee. Right hand behind you as a kickstand. Twist. Even if you feel like you can go farther, like, to crack your back, try to build the arm strength and the discipline to hold the leg in, sitting up tall. Use your back. Bring the right shoulder blade back to twist. Sitting up tall, hook the left elbow around the right knee, right hand behind you as a kickstand. Twist. Release. Seated figure 4 or seated pigeon. Cross the right ankle over the left knee. Press into your hands. You can lift up yourself to scoot forward, bringing the chest closer to the right calf. Shoulders are pressing away from the ears. Strong, straight spine as best as you can. Extend your left leg out. Continue to cross the right leg over. Knees are stacked. Sitting up tall. Let's fold over with a straight spine or a lengthened spine for a few rounds of breath. Extend your left leg out. Continue to cross the right leg over. Knees are stacked. Sitting up tall. Let's fold over with a straight spine. Sit up. Round spine. Tuck the chin. Think concave. Press down and away with your palms to bring the forehead to the right knee. Ouch. Good ouch. Sit up. Extend your right leg out in front of you, reverse table or reverse plank. Press down and lift. Sit down, sit up tall, and fold forward over both legs. Sit up. Turn to face the long edge of your mat. Left foot in, right foot out. Sit up tall. Left arm reaches up and over for a side body stretch. You'll also feel this in the right hamstrings, right inner thighs. Ooh, like too much. Lift up, switch out the legs, right foot in, left foot out. Reach up with your right arm. Feel nice length in the side body. And sit up. Extend both legs out. Press your hands behind you to scoot yourself forward. We are in a straddle. Walk your hands forward. Don't expect to go super far. You want the knees to stay pointing toward the ceiling. So it's a different stretch to let the legs, the inner thighs roll in. Just hold here. And sit up. Bring your feet over to the top of the mat. Cross your feet at the ankles, tabletop. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Balancing on your left foot, lift the right leg back and up. Point the toe, squeeze the right glute, let the hips stack. Think about the triceps opening up. So again, you don't want to be too far forward like I'm doing right now. You want to press back, open up the chest, squeeze the right leg even higher. Pigeon, right side. Bring the right knee behind the right wrist. Take your time. Setting up form, modifying as you need to. And 5 to 7 breaths over the right leg. As the mind wanders, just bring it back gently to the breath. Carefully make your way back to a downward facing dog with the right leg lifted. So it's a three-legged dog. Press, reach, squeeze the right leg so strong. Downward facing dog. Ripple through to an upward facing dog. Leave the toes tucked, lift the chin at the end. And back to a downward facing dog. Tuck the chin at the end and let the head and neck relax. Shift your weight forward into a plank. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward facing dog. Balance on the right foot and lift the left leg back up. Let the hip open. Press into the left hand to level the shoulders. Pigeon, left side. Take your time. Stay present. Stay grateful. Relax over the left leg. Smooth out tension as it reveals itself. And that could be in the hip, it could be in the jaw, it could be in your forehead. Just longer exhales through the nose. We'll let that go. And that could be in the hip, it could be in the jaw, it could be in your forehead. Longer exhales through the nose. We'll let that go. Start to make your way back to a three-legged dog. Squeeze the left leg so high, so strong. Downward facing dog. Ripple through to upward dog. Press it back to downward facing dog. Ripple through into a plank. And vinyasa back to downward facing dog. Long exhale to down dog. Lower your knees to the mat. Reach the right leg back and up, hip height, knee facing down. Left foot is untucked. Lengthen the crown of the head away from the toes. Tabletop, left leg back and up. I want to see this bird. It's like right here. Okay, focus. Reach the left leg so strong, shoulders gently away from the ears. Tabletop. Reach the right arm forward, just the arm. Isn't that weird? Level out as best as you can. Maybe a soft bend in the elbow. Right hand down, left arm forward. Left arm's a little easier because your body's catching on. Tabletop. One round of cat-cow. Inhale, arch. Long exhale to round. Neutral spine. Child's pose on your elbows. Release your arms. Walk them in just enough to thread the needle. The right arm is going to go underneath the left. Make a fist with your left hand. Place your forehead on top. Try to be heavy as you stretch across the right shoulder. Walk them in just enough to thread the needle. The right arm is going to go underneath the left. Make a fist with your left hand. Place your forehead on top. Try to be heavy as you stretch across. Switch so that the right ear is down. Place the left hand on top of the right palm, kind of like you're going to clap. And try to press the left elbow straight, keeping your left sit bone down, twisting into the middle upper back. Release. Use your left hand to help you up. Walk the right hand forward, left arm threads underneath, palm up. Your hand is a pillow for the forehead down. Walk the right hand forward, left arm threads underneath, palm up. Your hand is a pillow for the forehead down. Switch so that the ear is down, right hand on top. Try to press the right elbow straight, twisting the middle upper back. Release. Use your right hand to lift you up. Tabletop. One cat-cow. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Neutral. Tuck your toes, sit back on the heels again. You can do the elbows out and around, or eagle arm. Start with the right arm under, left arm over. Notice how this feels different, maybe from when we did it a little while ago. Make sure you go both directions or switch out the arms. And release, tabletop. Roll the ankles out, tap out the feet. Puppy pose. Walk your hands to the top of the mat. Leave the hips over the heels. Leave your hips over the knees, and bring your forehead down. You might be able to bring the chin down. Shift your weight forward into a Sphinx pose. Prop up on your elbows. Shoulders press down underneath the wrists, the hands, the elbows. Arch your chest through. Release. Rest the forehead on the left hand. Bring the right foot in for a quad stretch again. Press the hips down. Switch. Release. Extend your left arm out, shoulder height, palm down. We're going to roll onto the left hip. Use your right hand as a pillow if this is awkward on your neck. Try to make sure the left hand is completely flat. Switch sides carefully. Extend the right arm out, palm down. And roll onto the right hip. Ooh, oh, okay, too far. Come back to your stomach. For a floor bow, do your best to recreate that stretch you felt across the chest just now. Hold on to the outsides of your feet near the ankles. Knees about hip width. Try not to let them splay. On an inhale, kick into the hands and open up the entire front body. Keep breathing. Release. Tabletop. Child's pose. Stand on your knees, about hip width for camel pose. If the heels are too far away from you, you're going to tuck your toes. Hands to the lower back. Let the shoulder blades feel heavy, opening up the chest. Lift your chin, look up. From here, reach back one hand at a time. Press your chest toward the ceiling and open up the whole front body. Carefully release out and sit down on your heels with a straight spine. Camel pose. Stand on the knees. Place your hands on the lower back and take a couple of breaths, lifting the gaze, opening up the chest just to practice building awareness of how this really does increase the heart rate. And then build as you will. Make sure you're breathing that whole time. Let's sit back down, sit up tall, straight spine. Once more for fun. Stand on the knees, hands to your lower back. Notice if you've built any heat in the last few minutes. It's good for you. Lift up, press down through the tops of the feet and the shins, and continuously press your chest up toward the ceiling as you go back. Release. Sit down with a straight spine. Bring the knees together or close together. Reach your arms overhead and twist to the right. Right hand behind you, left hand to the right, outside of the right knee. Try not to tilt too much left or right. Just do what you can, bringing the right shoulder blade back, left one forward. Notice if the left knee is sticking forward more than it should. Release through center, lift your arms up. Twist to the left. Try not to let the right knee go forward. Use your arm strength, use your torso to twist. And center, reach the arms overhead. Hands to the mat for a tabletop. One more downward dog. Stretch out the entire back body. And lower your knees to the mat. Child's pose. Might feel good to bring your arms by your side so that your shoulders can shrug forward. Take a moment here. Close the eyes. Relax the muscles of your face. Take a moment here. Close the eyes. Relax the muscles of your face. Gently make your way to a seated position. Roll the shoulders back and down. Move the head and the neck around a little bit. I've been talking a lot about neck stretching recently. So you can practice looking right and left without tilting or leading with the chin or the forehead. Right, left, half full circles. All right, sit up tall. Let's close with a breath. Inhale, sweep the arms wide and overhead. Exhale, lower the hands down. Have gratitude for your practice. I am so grateful for your presence. Thank you for joining me. Know that you have everything you need right now, and you're great. Thank you. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you for being here. See you soon. See you tomorrow. And